IncomeLux.com Income Stream Previews, Axos Bank. Financial Foundation Income House Floor. Best for a bank account that actually pays interest. Capital deposit to passive income. Interest income. Axos is probably the youngest bank on this list. In fact, I know it's the youngest bank on this list, assuming you give Marcus the legitimacy of all of Goldman Sachs history. It's only 20 years old. So why are they here? They meet the requirements for both high-yield savings and a, very conditional, high-yield checking account. Both are significantly above the national average at regular access big banks inside the United States. At the time I'm writing this, the savings account is 6x the national average. But the rate itself changes all the time, so I'm not putting the rate in because I don't want to have to constantly revise this page. Blame the Federal Reserve. If you meet the conditions for the checking account, which again are very conditional, then holy God. You've literally never gotten an interest rate this high on a checking account, if you're younger than maybe 40 or have under 7 figures in a checking account. This blows any checking account you've ever had under normal conditions out of the water. They also meet the requirements for FDIC and banking. To be a regulated bank, you must be insured by the FDIC. They are insured under FDIC Certificate 35546, on accounts offered, which protects you regular people against up to $250,000 for a single-owned account, or on a joint account up to $500,000. Who are they? Axos is a digital-only online bank, founded on July 4, 2000. They skipped the cost bloat provided by the bank buildings everywhere model and decided to keep things slim, so they can focus on the 3 things that matter to a bank. Wooing new clients by paying interest on deposits that would normally be absorbed by costs. Maintaining a low-fee banking business model. Being able to loan out money for profit via business loans, personal loans, and mortgages. Back on topic, Axos is publicly traded under its holding company, NYSE, AX, and is headquartered in California. Ouch on the taxes. They have offices spread out on both coasts and near the Rockies. At writing, the CEO is Gregory Garibrandt. Yes, you can find him on LinkedIn. He's been at Axos in his role since October of 2007. How you get paid? It's simple, they get deposits, pay an interest rate, depending on savings account, certificate of deposit, or rarely checking accounts, and lend out money at a substantially higher interest rate. Lucky for you, Axos is willing to pay interest on both savings accounts and checking accounts. And that, children, is rare. Axos savings account. Here's the important thing, most savings accounts pay near zero interest or no interest at all. Axos actually passes on some of their interest earned on loans back to you, the person who actually is funding their ability to loan by depositing money at the bank. In case you're new here, that's how banking has always worked. You deposit money, they loan it out, and return it to you. Axos pays you interest on savings at 6x, as of writing, the national average rate on savings accounts for a reason, they have no costs from brick and mortar storefronts. Then they're loaning out at, probably, normal interest rates for mortgages, business loans, and personal loans. These banks paying you a 0% return on your deposits. They're ripping you all the way off. They've always been ripping you off. You're supposed to get an interest rate return on your deposits. It's what stops you from keeping the money in your mattress. That return helps reduce the effects of inflation while letting you withdraw or transfer money easily. Maybe you're upset you don't get the full loaned out interest. If you want to loan the money out yourself, which is high risk, look at the peer-to-peer lending solutions in our member section. Axos checking account. This checking account really deserves its own special mention, and it's getting it. The Axos Rewards checking account staggers your interest payment if you meet simple criteria. The more criteria you meet, the more interest you get paid, but it's only for the month you meet them. Not forever. Here's the criteria for you to get paid stacking interest on a checking account. Receive monthly direct deposits totaling $1,000 or greater. Use your Axos Visa debit card for a total of 10 transactions, minimum $3, that month. Use your Axos Visa debit card 5 more times, total 15 transactions, minimum $3, that month. Each time you do each one, you trigger a round of interest. For example, if the total interest Axos was willing to pay is 1.5%, each time you got over $1,000 in direct deposits in a single month, you'd earn 0.5% interest. If you used your debit card for 10 transactions over $3, That's another 0.5% interest. If you used your debit card for 15 transactions total over $3, another 0.5% interest. See how that works? Granted, your interest rate will vary, and you should check the interest rates. But in a world of zero interest rates on checking accounts, 1.5% is a great number even if it's conditional. Just get paid in your checking account, then buy groceries and gas on your debit card. Hit a few more transactions for over $3, and boom. Interest earned. An IncomeLux.com lesson. How you start. Easy. Hit the button links for high-yield savings or reward checking to start. Click the Open an Account button. This will be the same for either account types. For both account types, you'll need all of the following: United States Social Security number, valid USA driver's license or state ID, valid USA address, not post office box, active citizen or residency status, no security freeze on agency credit reports. You'll have to open an account either way, which requires 3 basic steps. First you create the account, then you digitally sign documents, and you finally fund your account. While opening the account, you select your account type. As a pretty important note, when selecting rewards checking, you can choose to add the high-yield savings account. When you choose the high-yield savings account, you'll get offered an additional, essential checking account. This is not the same as the rewards checking account. It does not have the same staggered interest setup. Honest opinion, interest earned is better than no interest earned. Afterwards, you'll put in the same normal name, personal information, social security information, and identifying information. You'll sign the required documentation, read it first, obviously. Then you move on to the fun part, funding your account. You can link your current bank accounts, good move, to create easy transfers. Most importantly, especially for the checking account, set up your direct deposit. Make your savings in your high-interest savings account automated. Make the interest for the direct deposit on the reward checking account automatically trigger. That requires $1,000 in direct deposit a month. You can then simply move some of that money over to your savings account to compound at the, currently much lower, interest rate. Risk, limitations, restrictions. The fee structure for their checking account is lovely and pretty simple. You'll also see a very low minimum balance to open up an account. Axos High Yield Savings Account. The High Yield Savings Account has effectively no fees of any kind. However, it does have a relatively high savings account opening balance at $250. Some online-only banks let you open accounts for under $100. No maintenance fees. No monthly minimum balance requirements. $250 minimum balance to open an account. Axos Rewards Checking Account. The fee structure for their checking account is lovely and pretty simple. You'll also see a very low minimum balance to open up an account. Unlimited domestic ATM fee reimbursements. No overdraft or non-sufficient fund fees. No maintenance fees. No minimum balance requirements. Minimum balance required to open the account, $50. Risk, limitations, restrictions. There's a risk that the bank will go bankrupt, but this is low. It would require a mass failure of all loans to be repaid, which is highly unlikely. There's the possibility that inflation will outpace your savings, but this would happen with a low-yield account anyway. There are the minimum deposit limitations on certificates of deposit, but these exist everywhere anyway. Taxes. You'll pay taxes on the interest earned from returns on your deposit. Presume that this will be taxed at your normal income bracket and prepare for that, but it can be less under certain circumstances. This is an assume the worst but hope for the best type of thing. Congratulations on finding a new income stream using IncomeLux.com. Do you want to see all 140+ income streams that help you boost your income to the levels you and your family need? These include the streams that are limited to members only. We regularly are adding more after using and reviewing them. You will also get to access our over 150 lessons on economics, investment, sales, and marketing, which come complete with 39+ economic datasets for reviewing the economy and investing accordingly, life calculators to ensure financial planning success, and ebooks that help boost your knowledge. What would all of that do for you? What about your family? Join IncomeLux.com/preview today to maximize your potential.